Alright, so here's number 3. We're working on practice assignment number 9, part 3, number 3. We've got these two equations. Alright, so now I can either eliminate the x variables or I can eliminate the y variables. And either route that you go is actually going to give you the right answer, but one of these is easier to eliminate than the other. It requires less work. Someone raise your hand and tell me if you think you know which variable is the easiest of the two to eliminate. You can actually do it just manipulating one thing. What do you think, Alexis? The y, that's right. If I can make those y's opposite, so make one of them a positive 8y and the other a negative 8y, well then I will have opposite variables. So now, this guy is already a positive 8y, so I'm just going to leave him the way he is. What I'm going to try is to make this guy right here a negative 8y. So, someone raise your hand and tell me, how can I make this first equation? What do I multiply this first equation by in order to make this a negative 8y? What do you think, Ashton? Negative 2. You got it. Good job, Ashton. All right. So I'm going to kind of do this distribution property a little different because I'm going to multiply it here, but I'm going to write it way down here, okay? So what's a negative 2 times a negative 7x? Yeah, positive 14x. So I'm going to put that way down here, because I don't have room to squeeze it in right there. So a positive 14x, and then what's a negative 2 times a positive 4y? Negative 8y. So you see right here, now I've got my opposites like I was wanting. What's a negative 2 times a negative 1? Positive 2, you got it. So now, whenever I combine these equations, what do you think, Mitchell? What's a negative 4x and a positive 14x? 10x, you got it. And it's positive because I have more positives. Whenever I combine a positive 8y and a negative 8y, well, then I cross these out because they're opposite. And what is a negative 12 and a positive 2, Isaiah? What do you think? A negative 10. Good job. All right, what's the last thing I need to do here? Let's go with Noah. I haven't heard from you. Noah, what do you think? About what? Yes, he says the opposite of multiplying by 10 is dividing by 10. So I'm going to divide both sides by 10. And I've got x equals, what do you think? Let's go with Dominique. A negative 1. You're right. Because when I divide a negative and a positive, I get a negative answer. Very good. Alright. So, what's the last thing I'm going to do here? Let's go with James. Alright. What am I going to substitute it in for? Which equation do you want me to use? I'll use any one you pick. Alright, cool. So I'm going to use this one. It doesn't matter which one you use. So now I'm going to take x is negative 1, and I'm going to sub it in for x. So whenever I do that, it looks like this. Negative 4 times whatever x was, plus 8y equals negative 12. And in for x, I'm going to put a negative 1. Negative 4 times a negative 1, guys? Positive 4. Plus 8y equals a negative 12. What do you think, Cole? What am I going to do next year? Good job. Minus 4 on both sides. So I'm left with 8y equals what? What do you think, James? No, not 8. You got to think back to 7th grade. That's okay. What do you think, Alexis? Negative 16, because when I combine a negative and a negative, it's going to give me more negative. So negative 16. What's the last thing I'm going to do here, Tyler B? Yes, divide both sides by 8. And I've got y equals a negative 2. So now, my coordinate pair answer is x is negative 1, y is negative 2. And that's it.